Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to First Parish Unitarian Universalist of Chelmsford. We are a covenantal community gathered for worship, mutual care, faith formation through spiritual learning and ethical discernment, and in service to the common good. I extend a special welcome to anyone visiting us for the first time, and we're glad that you joined us today. You can learn more or contact us via our website, uuchelmsford.org, or email dre@uuchelmsford.org. I'm Reverend Ellen Spiro, and I serve as the parish minister, and I'm leading our service today with Steve Zaki, our music director, Dolores Heredia Wood, our director of Lifespan Faith Formation, Caroline Snow from our membership committee, and our clerk, Aggie Brennan. Caroline will also offer our chalice lighting today. Our services are multi-platform, meaning we have people participating and attending in the sanctuary and from home. If you're attending from home, Dave Caffeine is your online chat host. If you're in the sanctuary, Deirdre Shea was our greeter today, and Leslie Yakos and Neil Harmon are our ushers. However you are joining us, we are so glad you are here. And I invite you to take a moment to say hello to each other here and there and everywhere. If you want to say hi to those attending. Good morning, one and all. This is in between an announcement and a joys and sorrows. As I shared in our church email list this week, our beloved and talented music director, Steve Zaki, will be leaving at the end of the church year. So we will take some time during one of our worship services in June to formally celebrate and honor Steve, but in the meantime, he'd like to share a few words.
I'll keep this very short. No comments, Don. I just want to say that deciding to leave, Jim's here. Hi, Jim. Since Jim left, seriously, it's been a very painful decision, as you can imagine. And I just want to say the members of this church are the most compassionate, generous, kind, and spiritually honest people I've ever had the privilege of knowing. And it's very hard to move on. And I just want to say I love you, and you'll replace me, but my kids won't, so hopefully. Thank you so much.
Wait till they're teenagers, Steve. You don't matter, sorry. Yeah. Finally, thank you, Steve. We will have social hour options online and in the vestry after the service. Today's online social hour will be hosted by Edith Murphy. Our Zoom link will be in the online chat and on a slide. And our Canvas team is hosting social hour in the vestry and outside with cake, I am told. So, all right. Steve, please center us for worship.
Good morning. Shows how long I've done this. All right. So I am lighting the chalice for Membership Sunday, and today that means people that have officially signed the book, but please know that membership takes many, many forms, and that we're just kind of using that official term for today. So this is number 728 in Singing the Living Tradition, and it is designed as a responsive reading, but I'm just going to read the whole thing. If you want to follow along with me, that's great. I will warn you, I'm going to adjust it a tad because I am a UU. 728. Give everybody a minute. Blessed are those. Blessed are those who yearn for deepening more than escape, who are not afraid to grow in spirit. Blessed are those who take seriously the bonds of community, who regularly join in celebration and learning, who come as much to minister as to be ministered unto. Blessed are those who bring their children, who invite their friends to come along, to join in fellowship, service, learning, and growth. Blessed are those who support the church and its work by their regular, sustained, and generous giving, and those who give of themselves no less than their money, time, talent, and treasure. Blessed are those who know that the church is often imperfect, yet rather than harbor feelings of anger or disappointment, bring their concerns and needs and joys to the attention of the church leaders. Blessed are those who, when asked to serve, do it gladly or not, who realize that change is brought about through human meeting, who do the work of communities and stay till the end. And I will add virtual meetings as well. Blessed are those who speak their minds in meetings, who can take and give criticism, who keep alive their sense of humor. Blessed are those who know that the work of the church is the transformation of society, who have a vision of beloved community, transcending the present, and who do not shirk from controversy, sacrifice, or change. Blessed are they all indeed.
And now if you would join with me in our covenant. We, the members of First Parish of Chelmsford, covenant together to sustain and strengthen our beloved community by honoring and celebrating the spirit of life, nurturing all souls in our search for truth and the sacred, caring and being present to one another in our joys and sorrows, bearing witness through service to justice and peace, and being good stewards of our congregation, our heritage, our Unitarian Universalist principles, and our earth.
Buenos días. Nosotros, los miembros de la primera parroquia de Chelmsford, convenimos juntos a sostener y fortalecer nuestra amada comunidad, honorando y celebrando el espíritu de la vida, nutriendo todas las almas en búsqueda de la verdad y lo sagrado, cuidar y estar presente al uno y otro en nuestras alegrías y tristezas, dar testimonio mediante servicio a la justicia y la paz, y ser buenos cuidadores de nuestra congregación, nuestra herencia, nuestros principios unitaria, universalista y la tierra. Buenos días otra vez. I am Dolores. I am the Director of Faith Formation, and today's story is with permission from the UUA Tapestry of Faith Moral Tales, The Brave Little Parrot. I feel so, Colleen's looking at me, it's like, she's such a good storyteller. Okay. The Brave Little Parrot. Once long ago, there was a little parrot with a beautiful plumage that everyone loved because of his kindness and his compassion. One day, a storm broke upon the forest home. Lightning flashed and thunder crashed. and a dead tree struck by lightning burst into flames. Sparks leapt on the wind, and soon the forest was ablaze. Terrified animals ran wildly in every direction, seeking safety from the flames and the smoke. "Fire, fire!" cried the little parrot. "Run, run to the river! Run to the river! Hurry!" Flapping her wings, the little parrot flung herself out of the fury of the storm and rising higher and higher towards the safety of the river. But as she flew, she could see that many animals were trapped, surrounded by the flames below, with no chance of escape. Then the little parrot had an idea. A way to save them came to her, just out of the blue, would you say, or the smoke. She darted to the river, dipped herself in the water, and flew back over now the raging fire. She could feel the heat rising up from the burning forest. The thick smoke made breathing almost unbearable. A wall of flames shot up now on one side and then on the other. Crackling flames leapt and danced about her. Twisting and turning through the mad maze of the fire, the little parrot flew bravely on. At last, back over the center of the forest, she shook her wings and released the few drops of water which still clung to her feathers. The tiny drops tumbled like jewels down in the heart of the blaze and vanished with a hiss. Then the little parrot once more flew back through the flames and up the smoke to the river, dipped herself in the cool water, and flew back again over the burning forest. Back and forth she flew, time and time again, from the river to the forest, from the burning forest to the river. Her beautiful feathers were charred, her feet were scorched, her lungs ached, her eyes stung from the smoke, her mind spun dizzily at the spinning spark, but still the little parrot flew on. At the same time, gods of another realm were floating high overhead on their cloud palaces of ivory and gold. They happened to look down, and they saw the little parrot flying down through the flames. With their perfect hands, they pointed at the little parrot and laughed between mouthfuls of honey-eyed food. They exclaimed, "Look at that foolish bird. She's trying to put out a rainy forest fire with a few sparks of water. How ridiculous! How absurd!" And they laughed. But there was one of those gods who did not laugh. Strangely moved, he transformed himself into a golden eagle and flew down towards the little parrot's fiery path. The little parrot was just nearing the flames again when the great eagle, with eyes like molten gold, appeared at her side. "Go back, little bird," said the eagle. "Your task is hopeless. A few drops of water can't put out a forest fire. Go back, cease now and save yourself before it is too late." But the little parrot only continued to fly on through the smoke and flames, and the fire grew fiercer. She could hear the great eagle flying above, calling out, "Stop, foolish little parrot! Stop yourself! Save yourself!" The little parrot replied between coughs from the smoke, "Great shiny eagle, I don't need advice. I need someone to help." Then the great eagle, seeing the little parrot flying through flames, thought of the carefree gods, laughing and playing sport with many animals, cried out in pain and fear from among the flames below. Feeling ashamed, a single desire was kindled in his heart. Though a god, all he wanted it to be was like that brave little parrot and help. "I will help," he exclaimed. Overcome with these new feelings, he began to weep. Stream after stream of sparkling tears poured from his eyes. Wave upon wave, they washed upon the fire like a cooling rain, upon the animals, upon the little parrot itself. Where those tears fell, the flames began dying down, and the smoke began to clear. The little parrot, washed and bright, soared about the sky, laughing with joy. "Thank you," said the little parrot, "thank you." When the other gods saw the praise the golden eagle was getting, they too transformed themselves into all kinds of wondrous birds and began helping. They swooped down into the cool waters and let the drops of water shower upon the fire from their feathers. Then the eagle's tears dripped from burned branches and soaked into the scorched earth. Where those tears glistened, new life pushed quickly forth, shoots, stems, and leaves. Buds unfurled and blossoms opened. Green grass pushed up from among still glowing cinders. "Thank you," said the little parrot, "thank you." And somehow, the little parrot's compassion had touched the other gods too. It was beyond wanting to get praise. And they began to cry in some mysterious way, for they had begun to care. And a wave of compassion for all the animals in creation made them cry tears of joy as they helped. And they healed the forest, and all the animals, and the little parrot. All the animals looked at one another in amazement at what was happening around them. Washed by the tears, they were whole and well. Not one had been harmed, and up above, in the clear blue sky, they could see their friend, the little parrot, looping and soaring in delight with the other wondrous birds. "Hooray for the little parrot who hope has saved him. Hooray," they cried. "Hooray for the brave little parrot for keeping her faith and bringing together all the wondrous birds, creating this miraculous change that saved our community. Hooray, hooray, hooray." Thank you.
Thank you, Dolores. We're going to go see to our younger birds, right? So, Steve, I hope that the next music director will be as flexible with you as you with regard to where the offertory happens to happen. We are a free church, and our ability to help one another to be that wondrous flock of different birds is a direct result of what each of us is able to offer of our time, our talent, and our treasure. We're not collecting the offertory in the service. There is a plate there if you want to make a donation on your way out, or you can go to our website. I'd like us to take this time just to pause for gratitude. And my gratitude today is for Steve. The heart of our Unitarian tradition is freedom, and the heart of our Universalist tradition is love. These two meet at the foundation of our covenant of membership. We freely choose to be part of this congregation and of Unitarian Universalism. We are not compelled by the accident of birth or by the government or any other outside force to be Unitarian Universalist. And the spirit in which we choose to join this religion is grounded in covenant rather than creed, in love rather than belief. We accept one another as we are, and as we help one another grow to be who we can become. We accept each other in our failures, mistakes, and vulnerabilities, and in our gifts and graces. If we are true to our covenant, then we see we are not seeking perfection or one right answer, but joining together to create a beloved community, a place of comfort and care in our times of struggle and despair, a place of hope and inspiration when we seek healing and wholeness for ourselves and our world. We gather to witness and create together something of great beauty and deep meaning, something that as it transforms our own lives may also transform our world. We are celebrating different generations of membership today. We celebrate some who came to our congregation and to Unitarian Universalism as adults. Others grew up in this congregation and came to claim it as their own. We celebrate those also who have lived their Unitarian Universalism here at First Parish for 5 years, 10 years, 25 years, and 50 years. For in the end, this is the measure of the strength and integrity of our Unitarian Universalist faith and tradition. To over the years provide a sustaining religious home that sees us through the years of joys and sorrows, that challenges us to live meaningful lives grounded in our values and ideals, that opens us to the spirit of life, to holy and sacred mystery, and that calls us to bear witness through service to both what is beautiful and broken in our world. One thing different this year, among many things, is that we do not have new members to welcome into our covenant. The past 2 years of the pandemic has kept us from meeting in the sanctuary with any consistency, and this has really challenged us to rethink so much of our congregational life. It's hard to integrate new people into a community when everything is always in flux. So it's more important than ever, I think, that we recommit to our covenant as we discern how to live into its promises and into our UU faith. For membership is a commitment to the stewardship of our beloved community. It was handed down to us from generations past, and it's in our care, not just for ourselves, but for generations to come. I've been deeply moved by the strength and resolve at the core of all our members and friends of First Parish. I thank you for your steadfast love and faithfulness through these past couple of years. So we will begin to recognize then. I'm going to say your name. Some of you are here, some of you are not able to be, and some folks who are not able to be here did send me something to say, so I'm going to read a little occasionally. If you are here when your name is called, just come up and Caroline or Aggie will present you with your gift. And then I invite you to return to your seat after that. And I think those are all the procedures for today. So for our 5-year members, first, Nancy Kalin. And Franz Jansen. For our 10-year members, yes, thank you. It's okay to clap. Our 10-year members, Elizabeth Valentine, all the way from New Hampshire, Jim Curley. Thank you, Jim, for making the trip. Gail Barati, who writes, I'm grateful that First Parish was so welcoming to this overwhelmed mom of 2 young kids all those years ago. First Parish has been both a haven and an adventure for me and my family. A place to contemplate and learn, to give back a bit, to laugh and cry and sing. Thanks to all of you who made First Parish the special place that it is. Julie Johnston and Andrew Worthen. You share. In Maine, Pat Scollin and Fran Gerard, who make so many of our beautiful prayer shawls. Someone who grew up in this church, Zoe Stevens North. Janie Boissonald, who wanted to be here, but she's got COVID in her house, not her, but her family members, and she wanted to be careful. Erica Taylor, who grew up in this congregation as well and will be married here in June. Nina Calvo also grew up here, and Sierra Rose Bigler, who also grew up here. Those are our 10-year members. Our 25-year members, Chris Sweetnam, who's in Ireland at the moment, but hopefully watching. Edith Murphy, who is hosting our online social hour today, one of our head ushers. Hi, Edith. Everybody's waving at you. Daniel and Lisa Calvo, who write, 25 years ago, we were searching for a church to give our toddler a religious education. We were warmly welcomed with open arms. The congregation nurtured Nina from the nursery through coming of age and bridging into adulthood. Thank you, First Parish, for all the loving kindness you have shown to our family through the years, the Calvo family. Diana Cohane, our fearless treasurer as well. And Doug and Maura Snow. Chip Bliss, who holds steady the bass section of our choir, and Colleen Leary. And someone who grew up at in this church, moved away to the West Coast for a while, and returned and is serving us in many ways, including writing lovely cards on behalf of the Caring Connection, Sandy Parkhurst Johnston. Thank you, Sandy. So, I'm going to invite us to covenant or recovenant together. That's the thing about a covenant, is that it is a promise and something we enter into and maybe reads differently. This is adapted from To Bless the Space Between Us by John O'Donohue. You are the all. May this house shelter our lives. When we come in home here, may all the weight of the world fall from our shoulders. May our hearts be tranquil here, blessed by the peace the world cannot give. May this home be a lucky place where the graces our lives desire always find the pathway to this door. May nothing destructive ever cross our threshold. May this be a safe place of understanding and acceptance, where we each can be as we are without the need of any mask of pretense or image. These are not masks of pretense. These are masks of protection. Adapted. I said it was adapted, right? May this home be a place of discovery, where the possibilities that sleep in the clay of our souls can emerge to deepen and refine our vision for all that is yet to come to birth. May it be a house of courage, where healing and growth are loved, where dignity and forgiveness prevail, a home where patience of spirit is prized and the sight of the destination is never lost, though the journey can be difficult and slow. He knows church time. May there be great delight around this hearth. May it be a house of welcome for the broken and diminished. May we all have the eyes to see that no visitor arrives without a gift and no guest leaves without a blessing. Thank you. Let's join in hymn number 360 in the gray hymnal, Here We Have Gathered. As part of our covenant, we promise to accompany each other and be present for mutual care. And so we pause each Sunday to hold one another's joys and sorrows, spoken and unspoken. I want to start by just holding a moment of silence for the people in Buffalo. And another act of violence. And as I think of that parrot that Dolores described, in our own small ways and acts of compassion, may we work against the fire of hate. Robert Snow and Sujeen Park and their 13-month-old twin daughters all have COVID. They're running fevers and feeling miserable in Ulsan, South Korea. And I know there are other folks in our congregation themselves or friends and family who have COVID. And I have a joy to share, which is that I have been accepted into the Emerging Writers Mentorship Program at the Collegeville Institute in Minnesota next year. So I'm very excited. They only accept 6 applicants. Don't worry, I'll still be here. Everything is virtual these days, right? I am really excited. It's like, wow. Very surprised, but excited. Thank you for your support. What I'd like to invite us now to do is just take a moment of quiet. Despite the sirens, Caroline and Aggie and I were talking this morning about how the sirens always go by during joys and sorrows. Too. Anyway, I'd like to invite us to say aloud, here or at home or silently to ourselves, the names of anyone that we are holding in our thoughts and prayers, joys and sorrows this morning. Spirit of life and love, we're gathered again in space and in time for worship, in friendship, in fellowship, in stewardship, and in covenant. Offering thanks for the generations who came before us, some of whom raised us in this place. And we give thanks for the generations to come and asks for their patience and forgiveness. May they know that we are doing our best, aware that we do not know everything. And may the spirit of peace be in our hearts, in our community, in our country, and in our world. Amen, and blessed be. If you would join with me in our response, comfort me. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Comfort me, comfort me, comfort me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Sing with me, sing with me, sing with me, oh my soul. Dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, oh my soul. Dance with me, dance with me, dance with me, oh my soul. I don't know why I did that. I'd like to send us forth into the world with this reading by Sonobo Some, number 35, in Lifting Our Voices. Community is the spirit, the guiding light of the tribe, whereby people come together in order to fulfill a specific purpose and to take care of one another. Go in peace.